do for the board and for the organization, and we appreciate all of the volunteers who make LSO as successful as it is. Behind every successful cabinet minister, there is a strong civil service and a deputy minister who is able to balance politics and reality. George Ross is one of those deputy ministers. George joined the Ministry of Research and Innovation in 2006. I can't believe it was that long ago. He was an immediate supporter of the life sciences industry. And from his background in the Ministry of Natural Resources, he knew that Ontario was a big province and that it extended far beyond the hospital corridor in downtown Toronto. He understood that life sciences included bioremediation, biofuels, agriculture, all of the things that are important to our sector, and he immediately picked that up. Deputy Ross is pragmatic and he's approachable. During his time in research and innovation, he was as successful managing his stakeholders as he was managing his ministers. And I actually had a meeting with Minister Murray this morning, and I mentioned that I was going to be giving you this award, and he said, "Oh, can I contribute a few lines to the speech?" I think it's best if I just share those with you after, and save the audience. But George, it's because of your leadership that Life Sciences Ontario now has a working partnership with the Government of Ontario. And that project-based funding that we've received has created tremendous momentum in our sector. And the Ontario government now has a strong industry organization partner to help promote the province in Canada and internationally. It is an honor to be able to present the Life Sciences Public Service Award to you this evening.
Well, thank you very much, Jason. Not a bad job for an aerospace guy, I must say. For any of you that don't know him, he spent the majority of his career working in biotech, and he's gone to the other high-tech industry, aerospace, but we'll get him back at some point in time, I'm sure. So, Minister Duguid, Your Worship, McCallion, past ministers, and distinguished colleagues and friends, thank you very much for this great honor tonight. I don't know what to say about this. It really, truly is humbling to be called up on the stage with such a distinguished group of award winners tonight. And I do want to recognize those award winners, John and Greg, Peter, and Global Challenges Canada, who's really leaving a remarkable global footprint in public health. And my good friend, Joe Rotman, who over the past several years has not only been a mentor to me and many others, but has become a good friend and somebody I've relied on from time to time to give me advice and direction. And whenever I think of Joe, I always think of a generation of successful Canadians who found something good about this country and were prepared to devote a big part of their lives to the growth of this country. And Joe, from all of us here, thank you very much for that. So in the crowd here tonight, we have many successful entrepreneurs, people from business, politicians. I'm a public servant, and I always approach my job as a duty I'm proud of and most importantly enjoy doing. I really do enjoy my job. In fact, I can't imagine doing anything other than serving the people of Ontario. The greatest award imaginable for me is when success comes to my ministry, the ministry that I work with, to my colleagues and correspondingly to the province and the people of Ontario. And it's really quite an honor and shock to be recognized individually tonight. We don't, public servants don't normally get recognized individually. We try to stay behind the curtain a little bit. So it has been uncomfortable for me being recognized tonight, but thank you very much. I feel a little bit of a fraud up here tonight because, as all of you know, I've had the luxury of working with a wonderfully dedicated team inside and outside of the government. And I would say all of us here, all of us in this room, share a vision and a drive. And I had a ringside seat on some really cool developments in this province. In fact, I think it's fair to say that I've been in awe of all of you. My time with the Ministry of Research and Innovation, now EDI, was very dear to my heart, as many of you know. And I'm very proud of the incredible success we've had. And it's been quite a journey, and I was reflecting back on what we've accomplished over the past several years. We really have built a world-renowned innovation system that we pieced together from the ground up, and it really is the envy of many jurisdictions around the world. From the Ontario Network of Excellence, our flagship commercialization entrepreneurial support program, our market-based venture capital funds, the biopharmaceutical investment program that brought a lot of investment to this province in a very difficult economic climate, the OICR, the Institute for Cancer Research, from countless bioconferences in the U.S. and internationally, most recently the Brain Institute, Life Sciences Commercialization Strategy, and Excite that's brought to us by HDX. All of these accomplishments that we've done together have set the stage for Ontario becoming truly a world leader in the bioeconomy. In fact, we've set a very strong foundation for the future. But none of this would have been accomplished, as I've said, without the vision and hard work of countless faces that I see here tonight, and all the hard work of staff of the ministry. In my opinion, it was our unfailing dedication to each other that was perhaps the most appreciated and admirable quality on display. We truly became a very close-knit family, and I see it still evident here tonight. And to your new Deputy Minister, Wendy Tilford, welcome to your family. It's a wonderful place to be. I'd especially like to single out a few people from the ministry at the risk of excluding others. But there were a very dedicated team that started work on the new life sciences strategy for the province. Some of them are here, some of them aren't. I'll mention their names. Lincoln Kim, Brian Block, who many of you know, who was my winger as we were doing the BID program. John Marshall, who has led many of our bio delegations and also runs our venture capital funds. Peter Mulder, Sheldon Enns, Marie LaRose and her team. It's been a real pleasure working with all of you. Thank you very much for your camaraderie and your support. I've also been beyond Joe Rodman, I've also been blessed to have some really tremendous mentors along the way. Some of them are here tonight, and many of you will share mentorship from them with me. John Evans, obviously, to all of us, was the leading light, along with Cal Stiller, who's here with us tonight. Lusa Minovich, who said to me when I started in this ministry, his view was that I would be useless because I wasn't a scientist. But actually, I kind of surprised him a little bit towards the end, so that's high praise from Lou. Rafi Hofsky, Ilse Trinity, thank you for all your patience and support over the years. I know she's here tonight. Mark Brzezinski, Mark Lavonin, and many, many others. Thanks very much for your patience, good humor. It's been wonderful working with you. None of this would be possible without the strong support from the current government. I would say enlightened support as well. I've had the honor of working with several ministers, bringing several styles to the table, I think it's fair to say. All of them have a dogged determination to deliver on the best public policy results. Our first minister, Premier McGuinty, was our inspiration, followed by Minister Wilkinson, who's here with us tonight. Minister Malloy, there. Minister Glenn Murray, most recently Minister Dugan. Thank you very much for your kind words. They weren't necessary, but I'd like a copy of those speaking remarks so I can get them over to the Secretary of Cabinet Performance Review time. I really do want to thank you all for supplying the vision and the resources to help us punch to get Ontario on top. And I know Ontario's legacy achievement will only grow stronger as you leverage the combined strengths of the economic development, research, innovation agenda. I think it's the right time for move those two agendas together and to drive forward on jobs and productivity. I also want to thank LSO. I've been with watching LSO mature over the past several years. It's really fantastic to see the way this organization has become the single strong voice for Ontario. And you're doing a great job spreading our message around the world and building collaborations across the province. So Jason, the whole LSO team, congratulations to you. Thanks very much. So I'm not prepared to stand up here and commit social suicide, so I am going to acknowledge my beautiful wife who's sitting down in front of us tonight, Trudy. Trudy, I only have one thing to say to you tonight. That's I'm really sorry for everything over the years. So just let me conclude by saying, I think the minister said tonight times have changed. We are fighting through tough economic challenges, and all of us are having to make do with less. But I think because of the foundation we've set, Ontario is going to come through stronger than ever, and really it's in no small part due to what this industry brings to the table. Our province is well positioned. Our collective job now is to build from the foundation of research excellence and innovation strength that we have to drive prosperity and to underpin the transformative change Canada's healthcare system will be looking for. Collaboration and a renewed and vigorous partnership between industry and government and the research community will be vital. So once again, thank you all for your dedication and support.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the podium the past chair of Life Sciences Ontario, Mr. Lauren Meekum.
Well, how do you follow that, George? I mean, after all, so deserved, and it's such a pleasure working with you. It is indeed my pleasure to introduce the Community Services Award recipient for 2012, Dr. Peter Singer. I have known Dr. Singer since the mid-1990s and have been always impressed with his dedication to helping people in the developing world improve their well-being with respect to health and improved lifestyle. He has dedicated his last decade to bringing life sciences innovation to tackle the health challenges of the world's poorest people. He is well known around the world for his creative solutions and some of the most pressing global health problems. This has been and continues to